We're gonna join with computer audio. Let's go, TikTok All Stars. I'm looking kind of tan in this light. So what we're gonna do is slowly start admitting everybody. What's up, Pedro? Everybody keep themselves on mute. So I'm gonna admit everybody. I'm gonna keep everybody muted. Maybe if we have any time at the end, we can open up a little bit of discussion, but I'm just gonna ask everybody to keep themselves muted so that I don't get too distracted. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Captain Chad Gabbs. This is the TikTok All-Stars, How to TikTok. We're going to kick some serious ass, but we're going to have some people continuing to trickle in here. So just give it 1 minute. It's officially started at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. We're just waiting for more people to pile in here. And of course, for the recording, I'm going to have a time at which I'm going to have people come in. So Sarah's entering so that they don't have to watch all this jazz here. But I'm very jazzed. I've been excited about this. I've been looking forward to this since I dropped the news. I only do this once every so often. I'm very grateful for everybody being willing to pay the $20 to be here. It's just absolutely shocking to me that I get to make a little bit of money, hopefully helping people get to where they envision. So if you're not muted yet, please go ahead and mute your microphone right now, because if not, too many people make too much noise and it fucks me up and gets me all super confused and gets me off my track. What's up, girl? View, I got to let everybody in here. Admit. Neighborly Dog Training, Isabel Lopez, Pedro, Kathy, fucking Blue Sky, Alfredo's in the building. Just a couple more minutes, maybe 60 more seconds, and then I'll start getting into this straight away. Most of this is going to be off the top of my head. I mean, I talk about this shit all the time. I mean, that kind of goes along with one of the lessons that I'm going to be teaching in this webinar is I do this shit because I enjoy doing it. I don't really do things in my life today that I don't enjoy doing. And I have been spending the last upwards to almost 8 years playing around on social media. So I do hope that I'm gonna, as I add Bobby Kaplan here and Miss Donna, I do hope that all of this tinkering around on social media and the way that I've been able to build shit, I could relinquish some of those secrets to you guys if that's something that I'm assuming that you're here to learn how to do as well. I think there's going to be a multitude of people here that are looking to do different things. But this is, if you guys could do me a favor and just mute your microphones, that would be magnificent. Or I could actually do that myself. Hello. All right, everybody's muting. Kathy, let me go ahead and, okay, so we're going to admit. Sorry, it just takes a couple seconds. We got, I think, a total of like 30 people tuning into this. And I kind of want to, before I get into the ham and eggs, I kind of want to have at least the majority of the people here. But I think that's probably the first thing I want to talk about is if you're going to get anywhere on social media at all, there has to be a certain level of consistency to it. Here in a second, I'm going to talk about the TikTok Creator Fund. Now, this webinar is going to focus on TikTok, how to use the app, you know, some functionality stuff, and you know what I believe is effective, and some of the tools that you can utilize. But sorry, I'm gonna get a little distracted here for a second. But consistency with any platform. So if you guys can just mute your microphones for me, that would be magnificent. If you do not have consistency with your posting and things like that, it's going to be really hard to get any sort of ball rolling at all. I think especially at the beginning, if you don't have a lot of traction to begin with. And I think one of the things that holds us back is the lack of analytics. I think you look at, oh, well, nobody's seeing my shit, or nobody's this, nobody's that. I go back to what I am actually doing this for. So when you're talking about what you're posting and content and shit like that, it's got to be some shit that you're actually passionate about, because otherwise you're going to lose interest. As soon as you start to see like a lack of analytics and not very many likes, not very many reshares, not very many this, not very many that, you're going to be like, what the fuck am I even doing this for? You got to think, okay, well, fuck the likes, fuck this. Those are going to come as a byproduct of the fact that I'm just posting this shit anyway. I want to talk about this. I want to be passionate about it. I want to advocate for it. Now, everybody's going to have a little bit of a different thing, right? For me specifically, it's dogs. I fucking love dogs. And I just originally, for me, just to give you a little backstory, I started posting on social media just as a way to advocate for my dog, Rosie. Rosie is my entire world. She is actually the reason you're sitting here watching this webinar right now. I got her and I started to learn about some of the fucking, you know, the way that pit bull dogs are discriminated against and the way they're up against this and they're up against that. And I said, well, hold on a minute. This little dog's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I want to advocate for her. And I was going to crop her ears. I decided I couldn't do that. So I named an Instagram page called Team Floppy Ears. Long story short, that's why we're called Team Floppy Ears, because I realized I didn't want to do that to her ears. So for the first, I would say like, I don't know, like 2 years, maybe more, I don't know. All I was doing was posting about shit that I was learning about pit bulldogs, but I was consistent as fuck. And so all of a sudden, I started to acquire this like community of like-minded people. Now, this doesn't matter, like whatever it is that you're into, everybody's going to have their own niche, right? Everybody's going to have their own subject matter, whatever it is that they're into. For me, it's dogs. If we have other people here regarding dogs, perhaps you're seeing eye to eye a little bit of what I'm talking about. It's easy to start posting and talking about things that you're passionate about without fucking having any initial attention. But for me personally, I started to attract people. And that was because of, again, the very first thing I'm talking about here, the consistency of which I fucking posted. Bro, I was just so keen. I was posting every single day, up to probably like 6 posts a day. And I know like to most people, that's just ridiculous. But like, I was just like every single thing that I found interesting, or like if like something popped up in my feed and I wanted to reshare it to advocate, like I was just very active. And all of a sudden, here I am, somebody that essentially, that Rosie was like 2 years old. I still didn't know shit about dogs. Like, but here I was, somebody, I had like 20,000 followers on Instagram. Like I was nobody in the game. But here's the thing. I am like for me personally, I have an edge. I have an edge because I'm a relatively natural, charismatic person. I'm a charismatic leader, and I have like a personality that pisses half the motherfuckers off, but other people are drawn to it and they love it and they appreciate it. Hold on, let me admit. We're admitting Armando. All right. But with that said, you don't have to be a natural born charismatic leader, okay, or an attractive character to get some sort of following going, to build a community, to be a part of something. You don't have to be that. If you're somebody tuning in right now and you're like, I'm not this natural charismatic person, I feel a little uncomfortable on camera. The only way that you can overcome that is literally by fucking practicing, putting the phone on your ass and looking into it and talking into it and literally like introducing yourself and who you are to the world, because it's going to be extremely hard to build a community or to build anything that's going to lead to anywhere on social media without people knowing who it is that you are. So if you have, if you're not as camera shy and you're a little more outgoing naturally, you may have a little bit of an easier time. But again, we're talking about you posting shit, whether it be on TikTok or any fucking social media platform there is. We're talking about you doing it because you're actually into it. You're not just like picking something out that you think may end up lucrative or that you think somebody will see eye to eye. It's actually what fucking lights your eyes up. For me, it was my dogs. I was in a position in my life where I needed something to be fired up about again. A little bit of background on me. I'm a former professional baseball player. I pretty much died and lost my identity after baseball was over. And I didn't care about shit. I was pretty fucking depressed about everything. And then all of a sudden I thought to myself, well, I was searching for something. And of course I fucking went down the wrong path for a while. And that was obviously not the answer. And then one day I woke up and decided, hey, maybe I'll get a dog. And that's when I fucking got on Craigslist and got Rosie for $200. And it's just absolutely insane to me that that single choice to call that person and to actually follow up and go get the dog that day was the fucking moment that changed my life forever. And I'm literally getting goosebumps talking about that, because all it takes is something like that, something that you're truly passionate about and something that you really love, to really spark what's needed to build something magnificent. And guys, all I can do is share my story and what worked for me. And that's what we're here to do today. So let's get back on TikTok real quick, since we have a lot of people here, or as many people that are probably going to show up initially. Most everybody else is going to check the replay. But I think everybody's goal, honestly, should be to get to the point on TikTok specifically to be a part of the TikTok Creator Fund. The TikTok Creator Fund, and you could find how to be eligible in your settings. But since I'm here and this is what the webinar is about, I'm going to read off a couple of things that will make you eligible, and then we'll get into the app a little bit. At all times during participation in the program, only those creators meeting all of the following requirements are eligible to participate in the program. A, if creator is an individual, creator is a legal resident of the 50 United States, DC, or the territories and possessions of the United States, and is 18 years of age or older, or the age of majority in their place of residence. Or if creator is an entity, creator is incorporated or headquartered within the 50. So you basically got to be in America, okay? B, creator's TikTok account is active and in good standing and is in compliance with the policies. Now, we'll get into like how sensitive, man, the policies and shit, like, man. Anyway, we'll dig into that. You basically have to just be a good boy and be a good girl. Otherwise, just gonna get banned. Like I almost have been multiple times. We'll get into that. The creator has at least 10,000 authentic followers. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but again, we're going to get into that. It's really not that many on TikTok. On Instagram, yes. On all the other Twitter, that's a fucking grip. TikTok, not so much. And we're going to talk about why here in a minute. Creator has at least 100,000 authentic total video views, which I know probably sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but again, we're going to get back to why, in my opinion, that's not that very many. Total video views in the last 30 days. So everything that I just rattled off, you got to have 100,000 views in the last 30 days. You got to have 10,000 authentic followers, which means you can't buy the shit and become eligible. People actually buy followers and shit all the time on social media to kind of get that clout. You can't do that and be a part of this fund. Creator has at least one valid linked digital payment account. So you got to have like a PayPal and attach it to the thing. Like this is probably not tax. Because, you know, we get taxed on it and everything. So that's basically all that last part is. All right. So the reason why, in my mind, to acquire 10,000 followers in 1 month and to acquire 100,000 authentic views in 1 month is extraordinarily feasible is because right now, as I add Andrea, right now, TikTok is still the only extremely popular application on social media that has essentially a relatively generous algorithm. So that means going back to the importance of consistency right now and not worrying about the fucking analytics side is you just keep posting up to 5 videos, 6 videos a day, and your probability for one of those 6 videos to go out of control and to get caught up in the fucking algorithm is way more likely than if you just post every so often, right? And that's exactly what I did. When I went from Instagram to TikTok, I had 50,000 plus on Instagram and I had 0 on TikTok. So for me, I'm like, oh, fuck, I got nothing on TikTok. But again, I love posting. I love being creative. I love teaching. I love entertaining. So I'm just going to fucking start posting on TikTok. No views, no views, no views, no views. One day, boom, one video got up in the mix. Next thing you know, I wake up the next day with 70,000 followers. Literally, I got 70K overnight. Overnight, 70,000 followers. And I was like, fuck. And so that kind of like, that one video, like it got like millions of views. Don't get me wrong. Like that one really went out of control. But you think about like any video can get you 10,000, you know, like followers, you know. So it's extremely feasible right now. And then you just post for an entire month. And I honestly feel like there's some things I can't prove about this shit, But I feel that because of the consistency, it's almost like the machine. And I call algorithms machines because that's exactly what they are. They're machines, and they fucking tweak the machines, and they keep tweaking them. And that's why I feel like it was important in this moment in time to throw this webinar to really stress to anybody that's interested in TikTok that right now is the time. Because if you know anything about Instagram, if you remember, that shit was chronological back in the day. You were able to get followers way easier on Instagram back in the day. Now that shit is stingy as fuck. I mean, I plateaued at 50K, and it's been years. I have like 52 something K now. Years. And like I was going up and up and up and up and up. And then all of a sudden, now all the posts are not chronological anymore. Now, clearly maybe 15% of my audience gets to see my posts when I post them. People all the time come to me and say, dude, I got to actually come to your page to see your shit, like, because it's not popping up in my feed. And so that's why I feel like right now is the time for TikTok. And I have some notes here. How many, have you guys all downloaded the app? You guys download the app? Okay, you downloaded the app, beautiful. That would obviously be the first fucking thing to do, is make sure you have the app, and then you open it up. I was supposed to thank you guys for the support. I don't know if I did that. I really appreciate the love and support for fucking being here. I really get fired up for this kind of shit because this is like really good practice for me. I don't know that I ever plan on being like a motivational speaker one day, but this is all off the rip. This is all off the top of my head. And I've been practicing like this for a long time. And so that's why I wrote a couple notes down, because I have ADHD and I might fucking go out and write in left field. So I'll get back to the ham and eggs for you guys right here. I probably already talked a little bit about why we've decided to do this webinar, that I hope that you guys get something from it. Everybody's going to be looking for a little bit something different, but I think everybody is going to try to build their audience, to build their following. We've talked about the generous algorithm, and there's no reason why that if you're actually going to attack this thing, you shouldn't be posting 5 to 6 videos per day. Whatever, and then, okay, a spin-off of that. Whatever you decide to be posting in the future, whatever your niche is. See, for me, I keep the content consistent. It's typically going to be related to dogs, right? It's going to be related to dogs. And so I call that, it's a red ocean out there. The red ocean is significant of there is a fuck ton of other dog accounts, all right? But I've kind of put myself in this blue ocean, which is crystal clear, nobody else does it like me, man. And like, that's easy for me because I'm a very unique individual, and all I really have to do, and this is the same for you guys, all you have to do is be brave enough to really be who it is that you are, and not put on some sort of facade like most people do and pretend to be somebody they're not. I fucking believe that everybody is unique in their own. Everybody has this magical pixie dust. I just feel like you have to be brave enough to go out there and show the world that you're not afraid to fucking sprinkle it on everybody. You feel me? And I'm not afraid to do that shit. Like, definitely not afraid to do that. But with that comes a certain level of vulnerability. There's no question. People are going to see this. People are going to judge this. But here's the thing with that. By showing the world who you are, by speaking your truth, no matter what that is, regardless of whether I would agree with it or they agree with it or fucking Joe Schmo agrees with it or not, you're looking to build your community. You're looking to find your people. So if you speak your voice about some shit, regardless of what it is, and it ruffles feathers and it pisses people off and they're smearing you here and smearing you there, well, fuck them. They could go. There's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 people that looked at that and they were like, yeah, I'm with that shit. And so while you sacrificed your fucking vulnerability for a second, you actually found 4 or 5 more people that are now rocking with you. You feel me? So fuck them. You didn't want them. Unfollows, people that unfollow, it's a human fucking response. It's like, huh? I got unfollowed. Like, what? But you really have to remain conscious of that being a gift. Because if they unfollowed you for speaking your truth, they can get fucked 8 ways to Sunday. You feel me? Fuck them. Let's go. Onward and upward. There's billions of people in this world. Billions of people. You don't need them. They're like, nah, I disagree. Unfollow. bye. I'll find somebody that agrees with me and we'll fucking rock out together. All right. So that's something I'm really passionate about because I've received more hate than probably everybody here combined 10 times over. And that's some shit that I've really had to learn to deal with myself, like a lot. I'm kind of like a boisterous guy. I don't know what it is about getting a ton of hate because I'm kind of like a strong personality. I'm a fucking successful dude. People get threatened by me. They hate me for fucking all these reasons. They don't really, you know, it's not, for me, it's not a legitimate reason to hate people, but that just happens and I deal with it a lot. So I encourage you guys to say fuck the haters and keep moving. All right. So that's that. The app itself and the features, TikTok. Let me open it up. I'm going to go to it right here. Look, I'm going to show you guys something, dude. I want to get you guys fired up. This isn't a flex. I've only been on TikTok for like 6 months. Okay. I've only been on TikTok for like 6 months. Can you guys see that number right there? That's a TikTok creator fund. Okay. That's almost like $3 grand, dude. $3,000 in 6 months that I've just like posting videos. Posting videos takes me 2 seconds. And that's just that is a result of consistently posting. I'm going to talk about my choice of content and what I believe really is effective. How you're going to incorporate that into your thing, I don't really know. I think there's a certain level of creativity involved in this, but TikTok really makes it easy to create that kind of like controversial type content. There's nothing that's going to get more views. There's nothing that has gotten more views than controversial topics. For me specifically, it's like service dogs inside fucking Home Depot that are faking and I call them out, or it's like every now and again, like a real like sad dog story, you know, and pisses people off, pulls hard, that type of shit. Like, I'm not a political dude, but like politics is right now, like politics is so popular. And if you could find a way to maybe incorporate that into your shit, then maybe but they have a couple of features that I use specifically. All right. Let's say you're at your home. Let me turn it down. And you're just scrolling. You're like, boom. There's a video that I also want to share with my audience because it also pertains to my fucking subject matter, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm scrolling TikTok. It's like a bag of chips for the brain. I'm here to be entertained just like everybody else is. There's a video that I want to share. There's a little arrow. There's a little arrow right there. That little arrow, you click on that, and it's at the very bottom. There's privacy settings for people. This particular person allows Stitch and also allows Duet. Stitch, if you click it, is going to, it's going to go to this screen. You're allowed to actually take that portion of the video. So for example, I'll click next. That portion is going to play at the very beginning, but then you can also put your response to the video. Does that make sense? So you could so it's kind of like that Stitch is going to engage the audience initially because typically there's some shock value to it. I strategically pick the shock value, like the ones that I know people are going to continue to watch. And then I will put my personal response to it. And then guess what? I give people the opportunity to be like, yeah, I fucking agree with you too. And then that may get people over to discard. That might get people over to click that button, which is your thing and a plus sign. That plus sign is an easy ass way. So I press that, look, boom, I follow that dude now. So easy. So I think ultimately the goal is to get people engaged. And then once you get them engaged, the subject matter itself, they're either going to fucking hate you for it or they're going to love you for it. And then you're going to get a follow out of it. Okay. And it's super easy to follow people on TikTok. You're just scrolling and you're like, oh yeah, I like that. I'll follow that person. I'll follow that person. All right. So that's the stitch. You basically steal somebody's video and you put your response right to it. And the more you guys play with the app, the more you're going to realize this shit is easy as fuck. All right. I'm just kind of like bringing some light to some of the ones that I use that I find to be effective. There's all kinds of shit that I won't even get to. Explore this motherfucker. There's this one green screen where you can actually post a photo. Right. And I think you click on templates or some shit. You click on templates and you scroll, film, all these different shits. And you can post a photo behind you and you see the photo behind you, but you're on the video talking. A lot of people do that shit when they hit like a milestone, like 100,000 followers. And they're like, yo, look, I hit 100,000 followers. It's like a green screen. I don't really do that one that much, but I think that one's relatively effective too. So explore the green screen feature on there. And then the other one that I really like is the duet. So I'll show you for those that don't have their app open. I can click on the duet. After I click on the arrow, I click on the duet. And now her video is on this side. And it's gonna play. And I'm gonna click the button and hold it. And I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna give my physical response to that. I could talk, but I don't think the volume comes up. All right, and I'm gonna click, and I'm gonna show you. Look. So typically, if you stitch somebody's video, you're like in super, super fucking disagreement of it. And you could be like, fuck this guy, this is bullshit. Or you agree with it and you're like, yeah, dude, yeah. And so that's all this is. This is like, how can I find my people? But you're gonna piss half of them off, right? There's this quote, and I forget who says it. It says, if you haven't pissed somebody off by noon, you're probably not making any money. And I swear that's true to a degree. Let me take a little sip of my coffee. Give me a second, guys. I hope you're all enjoying the show. This is just really, really fun for me. Very passionate about this shit. Stitch and duet. Stitch and duet are the ones that I use most. But here's something that you guys should probably consider. Nice, I got a video going pretty haywire, beautiful. Hashtags, all right? If you're taking notes, hashtags, you're gonna wanna use very specific hashtags, all right? You're gonna wanna hashtag FYP. FYP stands for you page. Last month, I think they changed it for your pride, but it's for your page because everybody has a for you page. For you page, just like Instagram has your explore page, TikTok has for you, all right? Videos for you. So this means if you're scrolling TikTok and you're like, yeah, I like that photo, or I like that video, I like that video, I like that video, the machine will recognize that. And everything that you clicked on is now going to pop up on your for you page, okay? So you're gonna hashtag FYP, you're gonna hashtag for you, FORYOU, and you're also gonna hashtag for you page. All right, all three of them. The abbreviation, for you, and for you page. All three of those hashtags have billions and billions of views. All right, so those are three for sure. The other ones, I said up to 6. Don't use any more than 6 because you're gonna need your characters. You only have like, I think it's like 60 characters to write your caption. And you're gonna want a caption. And like for me, I ask questions in captions. What would you name, like shit that like, it's like, I'm only typing it because I know people are gonna respond to it, right? For example, I have a dog called King. King is responsible for millions of views because he has an oversized rib cage and he has an additional floating rib. And he's also a badass looking dog. One of the videos, I literally in the caption, I'm like, hey, what would you name him? Like his name's fucking King. Like, what would you name him? I got like 500 comments of what people would name him. That's all because I put one question, but then I use the hashtags. And see, this is what happens. Now, this is also what happens with other platforms as well. The engagement leads to more engagement. So on Instagram, if I get lots of comments, It's not going to introduce my page on Instagram to new viewers in the way that it's going to on TikTok. See, on TikTok, your shit is going to get on more and more people that don't follow you, which is why it's so easy to acquire followers on TikTok right now. On Instagram, it's so fucking stingy over on Instagram. All that's going to do is show more of my actual organic following the post. Now that's real shit right there. That is real. And that only happens, I only know that because of how fucking much time I spend on social media. It looks like we're running out of time. Hold on a second. It's going to give me another 10 minutes. 10 minutes of flames coming right at you guys. Hold on a second. Get out of your comfort zones, family. I promise there's a way to do it. If we have viewers watching this right now that are a little bit, you know, screen shy, please just know this is just a fucking phone, dude. This is just an inanimate object. Something happens when you press record. All of a sudden this thing happens where you're like, people are going to see this. You morph into somebody you're not. Let me give you a tool to overcome that. Make the video. If you feel like speaking on something, make the video when you are fired up about it. I had a video reach over 1 million views on Facebook very earlier on in my career as a dog person before I became a dog trainer. And it was because I got pissed off. I got pissed off about something, and the pure emotion and how I actually felt was poured into that video. I cringed on the video a little bit after I was like, oh, I might delete later, but it got millions of views. And it was because honestly, it really related to the people that needed to see the video, and they literally felt it. And again, I'm more of a natural person on camera or whatever, but I feel like if you're really feeling passionate about something, angry, sad, it's in those moments that you grab your phone and get the content. I know a lot of people don't think to do that, but I promise you that is an extremely effective way to get your message out when normally you're like not feeling or whatever, like you're probably not even going to grab your phone and make any content. So like really taking advantage of those moments when you're really truly feeling something about whatever niche is, whatever your subject matter is, whatever your hustle is, that's when you should make those videos. And honestly, that's when you should post it as well. Because what happens is you don't post it then, you go back and you're like, oh God, I kind of cringe at that. But that's not how your audience is going to perceive it. Maybe some do, so fucking what? But I think the people that you're trying to gain are going to feel that shit, and you're going to connect with people on a level that you've never connected with them before. And it's magic. It's magic. And then the next thing you know, you're making just, I have, you know, I'm so blessed. Like I have a volume of people out there that I love dearly that I have never met, that we still stay in contact with. And that's truly only because, and they're such big supporters. I mean, no matter what I do, there's people that, look at, there's 11 people here. I sold 30 units. People probably bought this and won't even fucking watch it just because they love me and they wanted to support what I was doing. And that goes along with everything that I'm saying right now. Just being who you are, being passionate about what it is, and just get to posting. All right, we got 6 minutes left. Is there anything additional here? There's three reasons why people are on social media. It's because they want to learn. It's because they want to be inspired, or it's because they want to be entertained. Now, I'm one to think that most people are here to be entertained. And I think that I'm successful particularly because I think I bring a balance of all three of them. I could teach my dog training. I could be my silly ass self whenever I'm feeling goofy, which is a little more of on the entertaining side. I personally look at analytics. I encourage you guys to look at the analytics of your videos and stuff. Don't be discouraged by them, but look at what helps. Look at what works. You're like, well, and then you maybe lean towards what seems to be working. What are the people engaging with? Ask a lot of questions. Get people interactive with you. And I think people appreciate that because they're there for a reason. They're there for one of those three reasons. And so teaching and being as creative as you can be with your teaching. Like, to be honest, I'll post videos today that I'm like, fuck, that didn't do very well because like it was kind of a boring video. And like, I'm really, truly convinced that if the content is good enough, if it's interesting enough, if it's entertaining enough, it will do okay. And if it's not, then I really have to sort of bite the bullet, and I got to realize that, hey, as successful as I am on social media, sometimes you fucking swing and miss. Like, I played baseball. It's like what I did. I swung and missed a lot, but guess what the fuck I did? I dug right back in and I kept swinging. And I'm still doing that with TikTok. I got almost 500,000 followers on TikTok, and I'll post a video that gets 500 views. How I got it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. Let me dig back in and figure out what's good enough. And you just keep going, and you just keep going. So that's that. TikTok, let me go to the app. Is there anything, am I looking at? You can create playlists for people to look at specific things. I love it, super easy. You can attach your Instagram page. You can attach your Instagram page in your bio. You just go to edit your bio and you can add your Insta. All you do is click on your, so if you're trying to see, I believe that I actually gain monetary money on Instagram. People, paid clients, people that are willing to actually pay me on Instagram. So during live feeds, for the last 4 minutes, we're going to talk about lives. If you happen, I'm so happy I thought of this. If you happen to get a video go spiraling, you get 10,000 views or something or more, go live immediately. Do you want to know why I say that? I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because you're now on a bunch of For You pages, all right? You're popping up on the For You page. People that don't follow you, you're popping up. If you go live, people are going to be curious as fuck to see who you are in that moment, because that video is going out of control. So they will click on your live. And you got a couple of moments right there to try to, for me, I'm like just naturally entertaining. I got tattoos and shit. People like follow. But whatever your subject matter is, whatever you're talking about, if you're eating or doing something cool, that's your chance to get followers. And also, I don't know what it is. When I go live during a video going out of control, I get a fuckload of followers while I'm live. Like while I'm live, I get so many new followers. I'm like 400, 500, 600 more followers during that live feed. So it's super important to pay attention to your analytics, because you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. Because then all of a sudden, again, you guys are going to wake up with all the prerequisites to be making money on TikTok. Now, I started off, you guys, making like $1.50 a day, because they do only pay you 5 cents per 1,000 views. But I did the math. On a video that's got 100K or on a video that's got 1 million, that's like $50, $60 for one video, or whatever the math is on that, right? And then here's the thing. I got 2 minutes. What happens when you get that one video up in the stream is they see that video and they're like, they become curious. I did this study myself, because when I see somebody going viral, I literally go to their page. I want to see what else they got going on. So from that one video, I'm gaining all these other views on all my other videos. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's why, like, if you see, I got less than a minute. If you see like 1 million views, all the videos around that video have like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K. That's because I call them roll-off views, baby. We'll get those roll-off views. Let's go. I love you guys. It's going to cut me off. If you have any questions, jot them in the Instagram chat. I hope you got something from this. I love you so much. The support means everything to me. Let's continue the thread, and I will post a replay of this. Thank you. I will post a replay of this in case you kind of want to watch this shit again. This records it. I'll post the link to it. It's going to be hosted on YouTube. It'll be an unlisted video. So don't be going sharing this with your friends, because they didn't pay for that shit. Nah, all right. I love you guys. Later.